And welcome once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, on tap, on track, Daytona Legacy, the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series, presented by 4X Graphics. Man, Dan, it is going to be one heck of a show out here tonight. But first and foremost, I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. I am Darkside Dave in the cave with a good buddy of mine, Postman Dan, right beside me. Happy birthday, my man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. Can't complain. If I did, wouldn't matter.
Right. I don't feel any older, at least upstairs in the old brain machine. So, yes, it is my birthday today. So, thank you again.
Just another way to make you feel a day younger.
Right. Yeah. If I could get a haircut, I'd probably look a day younger, too. So, that's another story for another time.
I hear you. Well, man, tonight these OP Racing Cup Series drivers gonna do what they always do, and that's lay it all out on the line. There you see some drivers living it up, having a little bit of fun with some of the backup cars out there through the tri-oval right now. That looked to be the 26 of Hunter Reynolds going for a ride through the grass here in happy hour. Is just about a minute and a half left remaining here in happy hour. And Dan, the championship is starting to shape up. We're starting to get right around just a handful of races left before the cutoff for this championship, and we have quite a few drivers with a win to lock them in, per se.
Yeah, absolutely. The top three are starting to tighten up here a little bit. There's only 6 points that separate those three gentlemen, and there's only 64 points that separate the top 10. So basically, it's getting crazy out there, and that's what we're going to see tonight. These guys may be having fun now, but rest assured, they're going to go knuckles up, elbows up, and the focus will happen here very, very soon.
And excuse me, and speaking of those points, there you see it right there on your screen. Robert Duvendak, a leader in the point standings right now. Cody Ober right behind him. Rick Seabrands, Hunter Reynolds, Logan Helton, Josh Milam, Travis Elliott, Daniel Holloway, Anthony English, and Dave Hunt all round out your top 10. And if you look through those the team side right there, you'll notice Alliance Motorsports and Fuel Sim Racing are pretty dominant inside that top 10. And if you continue going down through the championship standings, you'll find those teams kind of trickle out after the top 15.
Yeah, those Alliance and Fuel Sim have definitely had some solid drivers. Their camp is definitely planting their flag on this series. And, I'm always rooting for the underdog, so the season's not over yet. But, a couple guys from the Vapid Yeet Racing team and Aspen Velvet have just had a little bit of tough luck. And hopefully those guys can get up there and may get themselves a race win here and get some bonus points and things like that. And we'll just have to see how it all shakes out.
Yeah, gonna have to see how it all shakes out. Let's throw a little bit of the track information for you. There you have it. Same old good Daytona, just a little bit bumpier, a little bit rougher. 3 wides, a little bit tougher to pull off, but should see these drivers try it. 78 degrees out there, 103-degree track temperature, so maybe just a little bit slick out there. That should provide for some good racing action. Looks like we've got a few takers out there on qualifying already. Let's, I tell you what, let's take a ride with the 51 of Travis Elliott.
Yeah, Travis has been solid all season long. Last couple races, he's just had a little bit of misfortune, so hopefully he can turn it around tonight and get himself up front toward the end.
Yeah, and, here in qualifying, it's a long qualifying run for these drivers. Very long up to speed lap. Then the first time lap, usually you'll see those drivers up there hugging that outside wall. Then most of the time, second lap down there hugging that double yellow line. Here at Daytona, I think it's just a single yellow. Talladega, I believe, has the double yellow. But either way, quite a, I don't want to necessarily say mundane or boring qualifying session, but you pretty much know how these drivers are going to do it, and sometimes Sometimes some of these drivers are throw you for a loop. You got to keep your eye open out there, Dan. They might surprise you with a backwards lap or two here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. With this legacy track, you know, the line is so much different than the regular Daytona track or the newer Daytona track. So, from what I've seen in the last few races we've been here, and I had the pleasure of driving a few laps with Ernie Williams over the weekend, these guys tend to be not so far down on that yellow line. You know, half a car, half a lane, if you will, from the bottom. So just a little bit different. And like you said, track temps are up, so we'll see a little bit of different strategy here tonight as far as where these cars are in relative to the outside wall.
Yeah, and if you look at the shots of the cars coming through the corner, you can get a real perspective on how this track dips and dives there as we watch the 51 of Travis Elliott take his timed laps. Good enough for the 4th position right now. He'll continue to go around the track now. I believe he's going to be shutting it down after his second time lap. Right now, top of the board, the 77 of David Booth. Looks like Doug Rice and Dan Harrington both out on their time lap, so we'll check in with this 82 of Daniel Harrington.
Yeah, Daniel was up there at the very last part of the last week's race, and you know, fortunately got hung out to dry on that outside line there with about 3 to go, and kind of fell back a little bit. So you know, he's hungry for some points as well. So let's just see how he works out with his qualifying lap here.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to say surprisingly, but David Booth sitting on top of the speed charts right now, not one of the normal drivers you see up there at the top of the speed charts here in qualifying. So I wonder what they've got underneath the hood of that Chevy ZL1 Camaro in that 77 pit.
Birthday cake.
Hey, it could be. Although I'll tell you this, not everything birthday cake flavored is great. I'm not going to mention any drinks in particular, but there's one particular energy drink that has a birthday cake flavor. I'm not going to mention the brand name, but whatever you do, run. It is nothing.
It is not good.
It is nothing like a birthday cake, anything. But, you know, different story, different time.
Yeah, cotton candy falls underneath that spectrum too.
Yeah. Sometimes some things should just be left alone, but
You're right. Yeah.
anyways, we've got 16 drivers in on the speed chart, now 17 as Daniel Harrington makes his time lap. David Booth still sits on top of the speed charts with a 48.25. Harrington coming around to complete, I believe that will be his second time lap, slotting in the 14th position now. Actually, I think that may be his first time lap there, Dan. So, Dan has one more shot.
Yeah, hopefully he can lay down a good one here. He looking pretty solid through the corners there, so hopefully he'll get a nice time here and set himself up front early.
And as we reach just a little bit past the halfway point here in this 10-minute qualifying session for OP Racing Superspeedway Cup Series presented to you by 4X Graphics, we're watching the 82 of Daniel Harrington on his second time lap. Dave Hunt in a 53. Alex Green also out there on track. Daniel Holloway out there on his time lap, and it looks like Harrington gonna bring it to pit road. So we'll jump out here, keep the Dan theme alive right here with the 18th runner right now. But I'm just messing that all up. The 21 of Daniel Holloway. I'm done. Take it away, Dad.
Not a problem. We can do that. It's just a Dan day, you know. I mean, I was born today 36 years ago, so I mean, let's just keep the Dan flowing here. I like it. It's my mother would be proud, you know, getting this much airtime for the Daniels around the racing community and around the world. I love it. So
well, it just looked like every single time I looked over at the speed charts, somebody named Dan or Daniel was out there qualifying. Gonna jump now with somebody different. Dave, we're going to run with my name now, Dave Hunt, 53 on the backstretch. I don't know how or why this is all playing out like this, but it's pretty comical, pretty comedic, and I promise you it was not planned, and there's only one other David out there, so hopefully he's not the only driver out there on track next.
Right, yeah. Dave also had a pretty good run last week, too. He was in the top 5, top 6 there, coming to the checkered flag toward the end of the race, and unfortunately got caught up. You know, it's just, these guys are getting pretty solid in getting some laps under their belt and building their confidence up, and bringing these cars toward the front, toward the end. So you know, this being Legacy Daytona, it's a little bumpier, a little more white knuckle driving for these guys. So I'm sure we'll see some guys lay back and make a run for the front toward the end of the stages and things like that today. So just be prepared for some fireworks tonight, guys. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely, it's gonna be awesome. And the Dave Hunt, good enough for 21st right now on the speed charts of 48.60 on his first time lap. Gonna have to pick it up if he's gonna want to do anything with that 77 of David Booth. Gonna have to make up about a half a second or so. Gonna cross the line that time by. Where's he gonna go? All the way to 9th. Not good enough for the top of the charts. Let's see where this 10 of Robert Duvendak slots in. Duvendak, I believe, is on his first time lap here. Gonna be very close to squeezing this one in here in qualifying. We'll have to see if we can't catch all of it. And it looks like Duvendak weaving a little bit, maybe warming up the tires for the second time lap. Not quite sure.
Yeah, couldn't be part of his strategy there, Dave. As I was just kind of riding in the cockpit there with him on one of our cameras, and he's working that steering wheel pretty good.
And this may actually have been his. Yes, that was actually his second time lap. Gonna have to shut it down. Only good enough for 20 seconds, so David Booth will hold on to that top spot. We're gonna take a brief commercial break, head down trackside for your pre-race festivities and singing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the boats bursting in out, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Backtrack side here at Daytona International Speedway as the drivers get strapped in and ready to go here tonight for race number 9 here in season number 5 for the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. Dan, man, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to go. Field's ready to go. What do you say we run through our starting lineup?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Starting inside row number 1, pole position, the 77 of David Booth. Lining up just to his outside, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row number 2, the 40 of Anthony English, followed by the 8 of Cody Ober. Row number 3, the 7 of Josh Milam, and the 95 of James Mayer. Row number 4, the 52 of Randall Cobb, and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 5, the 53 of Dave Hunt, and rounding out your top 10, the 62 of Les Levy.
Row number 6, the 63 of Logan Helton. To his outside, the 4 veteran Rick Seabrands. Row number 7 inside, the 91 of Ernie Williams. To his outside, the 24 of Will Weber. Row number 8, Jimmy Reynolds, the sensei, if you will. I forgot who was on the outside there. So we'll skip to row 9. Row 9, the 82 of Dan Harrington, Travis Elliott on his outside. Row number 10, the 00 of Rob Connors, the 35 of Doug Rice to his outside.
Row number 11, the 15 of Alex Green, followed by the 10 of Robert Duvendak. Row number 12, the 84 of Aspen Belvin, and the 27 of Sean Stevens. Row 13, Chase Berry and Robert Payne. Row 14, David Overstreet and Jamie Jessup. Row 15, Dustin Barber and Sean McCarrick. That's going to round out your field. Chevy Pace truck ready to duck away. We're set to go green flag racing here at Daytona. Green flag in the air. David Booth off to a good start. Looks like we've got a few blinkers out there. Everything all right. Field still side by side for the first time. Down into turn number 1.
I love this track. It's so fun. I don't know how these guys race pack racing like this on this track because it's just insane.
Yeah, down the back stretch for the first time. Your front 4 still side by side. Then we've got about, I don't know, it looks close to about 10 cars down there on the inside lane. So a long string of cars not quite ready to mix it up.
Yeah, these guys are probably going to try to ride this thing out for as long as they can to get to the end of these stages. Fuel's a little bit shorter here than what we're used to as well. So probably going to see some guys come early, some guys come in the middle of the stage here, and some guys come late. So we'll just see what happens.
And I mean, a little different aspect here at Daytona as opposed to when they're at Talladega. The first stage being the completion of lap 25, these drivers, they pretty much cannot, unless they have drastic circumstances and help, make it on fuel the entire run, as we've got drivers sparking and disappearing. Just a few of them looks like they're all jumping out of the way. Everybody's getting everything sorted out. That's pretty interesting, actually. There, pretty heads-up move by a few of the drivers back through the rest of the field, but nonetheless, Cody Ober at the front. That 8 has got it wound up and heading in the right direction.
Yeah, a race winner already this season. He has got the monkey off his back, so he can kind of just go for broke in all of these races in the remainder of the regular season. Maybe get 2 wins, catapult himself up there into the lead, and pass the old veteran Robert Duvendak in the points lead.
Yeah, and I mean, something we haven't seen happen that we're seeing happen here early is 2 cars now make it a 3-car tandem out there with Ober, Reynolds, and Milam, but there for just a second it was a 2-car breakaway. We haven't really seen that happen so far this season, and that outside lane, Dan, I mean, it has just went away. The kid Logan Helton, he's just out there just begging for somebody to help him and that 77 of David Booth, because they are just, they're sitting ducks right now.
Yeah, they're sitting ducks right now, but I guarantee you those guys will be up front when push comes to shove. You know, it's really early, so guys obviously getting ready, coming to the lap 5 here, getting ready for some pit stop. Ooh, we had a little craziness go on there with Cody Ober.
Yeah, a little bit of a wiggle there after a bump coming off of the corner. These cars get a little bit light as they're undulating through these bumps. Pretty easy to get the car upset, especially on exit when the car's kind of unloading itself off of the banking. Missed time bump can get you a little squirrely, and in night. And now look at the run on the outside. The 63 of Logan Helton has pushed that 77 of David Booth back up there, now side by side with Josh Milam for the 3rd spot. And just moments ago, they were right back up there, right beside Hunter Reynolds. So that outside lane will work. They just need the numbers, and they don't have them right now.
Oh, we had chaos back in there. 3 or 4 cars come to pit lane, and a couple of them going around in the caution. Yeah, caution is out.
Oh, my goodness, caution out. We'll try to look back here, see what happened back here through the field. We're not getting a good look at it. Let's see if we can't get it. Ooh, tough break. Not really seeing what happened there. Let's see if we can't see what happened here. Ooh, looks like James Mayer involved in this one. Ernie Williams may have been involved. Backing it up a little bit further there, you see Mark Mann into James Mayer. Ernie Williams sliding through the grass, trying to get woed up to pit road. And that's going to bring out our first caution here tonight. So early pit stop calamity chaos. That brings us under caution for the first time.
Yes, sir. It almost looked as if Ernie wasn't sure he wanted to come to pit road, and then unfortunately got in the back of our good buddy Mark Mann, and then sent James Meyer spinning around and doing a loop-de-loop there at the pit entrance.
Yeah, and unfortunately right now, and looks like fortunately, I thought there for a second that 04 of Mark Mann was going to get caught a lap down because he came on the pit road, serviced the car still. Wasn't sure if he was going to get hit with a penalty for still stopping in the box and getting the service done on the car, but luckily for him, no penalty, no harm, no foul. He'll catch back up with the rear of the field, and I wonder if that almost actually benefits him.
It very well could. He may have had some rear end damage from Ernie getting into the back of him there at the entrance to pit road. So maybe he had just a slight repair to kind of fix the damage on the rear end of that car, and save himself for later in the race. You have not seen the last of Mark Mann. I'm telling you, he's had a couple 3 solid weeks here right in a row, and he'll be up front toward the end.
Yeah, and it's still very, very early, and we should see most of the drivers hit pit road this time by, because it's going to put all of them inside the fuel window. We might see a gambler or two that may try to stay out and roll the dice, make it to the end, and nope, nobody going to roll the dice, because it looks like the 10 of Robert Duvendak, Anthony English, they're going to stay out, but I believe they have already hit pit road. They were part of the group that hit pit road right when that caution happened, so they're going to actually inherit the top spots, the race lead. Rick Sebrands, Robert Duvendak, Anthony English, Hunter Reynolds, they will all make up your top 4. Logan Helton will round out your top 5 after a very fast pit stop. A great job by the kids' crew.
Yeah, he definitely just took took fuel there. Good job by those guys getting that 63. He should start right up front. Now taking a look to see where Mark Mann is cycling out here. Timing and scoring shows him down in the 23rd position. So fortunately for him, like you said, he got ahead of that pace car when that caution came out and got around. So I'm gonna try to take a look at his car. He does still have some rear end damage here, so hopefully that doesn't affect his chances too bad.
Yeah, and I mean, a little bit of rear end damage isn't gonna be too harmful, as long as you can stay in the draft. You've got a chance, and you never really want to burn that fast repair, especially not this early. Not when you've still got about 93 laps of racing to get done. You're going to want to keep that fast repair for as long as you possibly can. We've seen other drivers employ that strategy of holding on to the end, and it has paid off for them. The kid has done it a few times. So, I mean, a little bit of damage isn't going to be that bad. Heck, we've seen a lot worse damage than what he's got right now. So, Mark, man, not in a bad spot. Maybe a little bit through back in the field on this restart, but still has a very great shot at the overall night.
Yeah, and I mean that's where you want to be. You just want to, at this point in the race, you just want to be out turning laps and keeping your gloves in the fight, if you will, and just making sure you got somebody that you can draft with, and not you still got to make all the right decisions. You don't want to leave yourself out hanging out to dry on that outside lane, because the inside lane's so much faster, especially with everybody 4 or 5 laps getting ready for a pit stop. It's just going to be a long train running. Little Doobie Brothers reference there for you.
Yeah, well, I mean, this time now with this restart, with this caution in this restart now, I don't think we're really going to see that calmness that we were seeing there. That was everybody being cautious, trying to get to the bottom, trying to set themselves up for the green flag pit stops. Well, all these drivers know all these drivers can make it to the end now, so look for some hard charging 2 wide side by side, maybe stick it 3 wide here. Coming to the end of stage number 1, we're gonna have about 14 laps or so once we go back green.
Yeah, right about 14 laps, and about that 5 lap mark, we'll start to see that that 2 wide, the dipping and diving, maybe even the 3 wide.
Green flag back in the air as Rick Sebrands nails the loud pedal, gets a great start. Last week's race winner, Anthony English, right there to his outside. The 40 had a great restart, but not good enough. He's going to fall to the wayside all the way back there, side by side with the 3rd position, Logan Hilton. That 63 digging down there on the inside lane. Is he going to jump out there? Nope, going to stay tucked in right behind Robert Duvendak. Halfway down the back stretch now, Rick Sebrands leading that inside lane, outside being led by Anthony English, slowly beginning to crawl back up there with your race leaders.
Yeah, they're snaking their way up there. This outside lane, if they could get a little more organized. If you look and see at the bottom lane here, you see how them guys are kind of nose to tail, as we see a huge push from Hunter Reynolds right there at the entrance of the trioval.
Yeah, but I see a lot of drivers back there a little further in that inside lane, a little further back, getting awfully squirrely. And it looks like that has hurt some of the momentum of that inside lane. And now Anthony English well and clear of the 4 of Rick Sebrands. Looks like he's waiting to get his help clear, and Derek Connolly going to drop to the bottom. Actually, I apologize. That's Hunter Reynolds dropping down on the elevator to take the lead of that inside lane and the lead of this race.
Yeah, that was a good move by him. Unfortunately, he left English out to drive as Rick Sebrands just kind of drives around the outside right rear quarter panel of Hunter Reynolds and takes command of that outside lane.
Yeah, and that's kind of a move that we're going to see multiple times throughout tonight's race. We'll see it multiple times throughout the season, a little bit of a switch. Usually that driver's second car inside lane, he'll jump out there trying to lead the outside lane, come back around, drop back down, and we've seen the lead change between 2 different drivers, I don't know, at least 15, 20 times in about 3 laps with that strategy going on. So, it's a useful strategy. As there you see the 10 of Duvendak, he pulls out to try it. Not quite going to get there. So now he's going to have to keep the pressure on the kid, Logan Hilton, try to keep Hilton right down there running with the 26 of Hunter Reynolds as they cross the line that time by to begin lap number 13.
Yeah, it's they're kind of getting comfortable now, but about 4 or 5 laps from here, it won't be so comfortable. These guys are going to be fighting for bonus points. Stevie wants to keep that points lead, so he knows that Cody and Rick right behind him are close. So if he can get a couple bonus points and finish ahead of Sebrands here, all the better for him to stay up top there on the points lead.
Yeah, and I mean, these bonus points, they go a long way. If we get another scenario like we seen last season, drivers very close off of 4, getting super loose there. A lot of wiggling going on throughout the entire field as Duvendak continues to lead that outside lane. Looks like he's now going to drop down right in front of that 26 of Hunter Reynolds. But as I was saying, Dan, last year, even though these drivers had a win, it didn't mean they were 100% in. A few of the drivers, actually, I believe it was 2 of them, were kind of in a points battle, even though both of them had a win. So these bonus points for leading the most laps for stage wins, they absolutely matter to all of these drivers, not just the ones that haven't won a race.
Yeah, and they're super, super important. Oh, the 52 goes around.
And it looked like just a bad bump sent the 52 down across that inside lane. I'm not sure who that was that he took with him. I believe that was Dan Harrington that unfortunately got caught up with the incident with Randall Cobb. They wrecked off of the racing surface. So iRacing racing officials deeming no caution necessary. Unfortunate and bad luck for those 2 drivers, but they do have a stage caution coming out here soon, so should help them out just a little bit.
Yeah, definitely want to see the green flag keep going on here. We've had a lot of cautions in these races, especially at Legacy Daytona, so excellent call by the officials. Those wrecking drivers were not in the racing line when they came to a stop, so we stay green flag.
But what that has done, Dan, very distinct packs out there on the track. Right now we've got a pack of about 12 drivers up here at the front. Then we've got, it's somewhere right around, I don't know, 5 or 6 cars. Actually, it's exactly 5, then a set of 2, and then another bigger pack behind them. So with that little bit of calamity, that's kind of broken up the field just a little bit. As these packs try to slowly get their way back to the front. Oh, driver way off track. Josh Milam way out of shape. Milam still out of shape. He's in the grass. Oh, my goodness, right in the middle of the track. Oh, my, nowhere to go for the 5. He collects them. Oh, contact now with the 82. Dan Harrington now after... Oh, that wasn't the 82. Maybe that was... I'm not sure who that was. The 52, possibly. No, that wasn't the 52. I don't know who it was, but oh my goodness. Josh Milam, handful, tried to save it through the whole front stretch, collects a few cars, and somehow we stay green.
Yeah, somehow. I don't know. I'd have been out in the parking lot if that was me.
I'm not sure if it's all said and done, all over with just yet. Drivers at the front of the field mixing it up just as much. Right now, it looks like Hunter Reynolds leads that inside lane with help from the kid Logan Hilton just to their outside. Robert Duvendak, Rick Seabrands, they've got help with the 40 of Anthony English. Cody Ober lined up just behind them. There's Will Weber, David Booth also running in that outside lane. Inside lane there being tailed by the 35 of Doug Rice. That's your famous and loved Hoosier Purple. Yeah.
Think about that one.
All I got was Hoosier Purple. That's the best you get out of me.
Hoosier Racing Tire Purple. I love Doug's car there. That's a super cool looking car.
As the field comes around, takes lap 19, we've got right at, I believe, 7 laps remaining here in stage number 1. And Dan, I can just tell you right now, if you think some of the squirreliness and chaos was crazy a few laps ago, give it another 2 laps and just watch and see what happens.
Yeah, I know it's not over. You know it's not over. These great fans know it's not over just yet. We ain't even made it to the stage 1 finish yet. So let the chaos commence. Let's see some dipping and diving and bumping and grinding and let's go, boys.
Yeah, and it looks like right now Hunter Reynolds is pushing the bejesus out of that 10 of Robert Duvendak. Duvendak going up to try to block that jump to the outside that Reynolds is pulling off. Reynolds going to jump just in front of Seabrans, get the push. Now off of turn 2, halfway down the backstretch, they drag race. I believe Duvendak's going to have the advantage by the time they hit turn 3. But a big move there by Reynolds to try to get some stage points here.
Yeah, he did not have a whole lot of room there, and Duvendak tried to kind of hold him up a little bit, but maybe he'll have that outside lane when we get to the line here, coming through the trioval.
Back across the line, another lap led for that 10 of Robert Duvendak down there on the inside. Hunter Reynolds trying to make the outside lane work now, surging forward. Does he drop all the way down and in front? No, he doesn't. Gonna pin Randall Cobb up there on that outside lane, that third lane. The 3 wide here at Legacy Daytona can get pretty hairy through the corners. Looks like the field going to make their way around Cobb down the backstretch into turn number 3. Now Reynolds dives to the bottom to take over the lead of that inside line.
Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I had the pleasure of running a few laps with Ernie Williams earlier at regular Daytona, and 3 wide is anxious and crazy there. I can't imagine it doing at this Legacy track. I'd have to go on some pills and take a nap after about 3 laps.
Yeah, and a big moment right there coming off of turn number 4. The 15 of Alex Green was all sorts of loose and sideways, out of shape, way down on the apron, a little bit off pace. He keeps it going in the right direction. And that's going to dash his stage hopes. But meanwhile, back at the front of the field, Robert Duvendak continues to lead. Hunter Reynolds, Rick Seabrans, Anthony English, all right there trying to grab the stage win. Going to come around this time by take lap 23. Just 2 laps remaining here, Dan, in stage number 1.
Yeah, it's going to get dicey here in about about a mile and 3/4 or so.
Yeah, it's about to get nuts. That's for sure.
I like this part.
This is the part that I've always hated, as a driver and as a spotter. Just because, I mean, it just gets crazy, man. Like, you can feel it. You can feel your blood pumping. You can feel your heartbeat going faster and faster when you get to these situations. It's pretty nuts. Driver's super loose off of turn number 4. Another driver goes down onto the apron. Looks like that was Dustin Barber way down on the apron. Oh, more drivers contact with the outside wall. That looked like it may have been Will Weber. He collects another car as well. My goodness.
It seems like that this Legacy Daytona corner exit is getting the best of these guys today.
Yeah, corner exit, not the driver's friend right now. I mean, we do got a little bit of time on these tires, a little bit of laps on these tires, somewhere around, I don't know, what is it, 13, 14 laps on these tires. These drivers shouldn't be facing any issues, but there you see the kid. Oh my God, he was doing the Macarena down the front stretch, man. That thing was shaking. Oh my gosh.
I'm showing about 17 laps for a little more than half of these drivers in this lead pack.
Yeah, so the fuel getting short, the tires getting worn, and right now these drivers fighting for the stage win. Halfway down the backstretch, Hunter Reynolds leads the inside lane. Cody Ober right there on the outside with help from Robert Duvendak down there on the inside. Logan Hilton helping Hunter Reynolds, who's going to get it at the line. Big push has got Hunter Reynolds sideways. 3 wide, 4 wide coming to the line. Oh my goodness.
That was Cody Ober on that one. We'll have to wait for confirmation from race control, but
I don't even know how you confirm any of that. I don't know how you're going to do it. And this, my friends, this is why I would never like a race control job or because that you're going to have to look at this for quite a minute because they were 4 wide coming to the stripe. Granted, one of the drivers was below the yellow line, Dan, so I don't know.
I'm not sure 100% what the rules are. You'd have to clarify this for me, but I don't think that you can pass under the yellow line. But I'm sure you could probably come to the start-finish line under the yellow line, especially if you were evading traffic.
I was gonna say because he was actually the one of the leaders coming off of 4, so he wasn't really making a pass.
Right.
So this is gonna be an interesting call for race control, but nonetheless, man, wow. What a way to end stage number 1. That was just absolutely crazy.
That was nutty. Hunter got a pretty good shove there from Logan and almost lost that race car coming through the tri-oval, and I think that's why we ended up going 4 wide there at the end of that stage.
Yeah, that was just the kid pushing the absolute daylights out of that 10 of Duvendak, and Duvendak just getting I don't know if the rear tires came off the track or not, but he was just all over the place. Tried to save it, was kind of on track, off track-ish is what we'll call it. But whatever it is, man, that's a great finish. If you don't like those kind of finishes, then I hate to sound like Kyle Busch, but then just don't even watch. I mean that is restrictor plate racing right there. It's not the big ones. It's not the crashes. It's stuff like that right there. That was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, to quote a famous, not really famous, but one of our announcers from the dirt track world, if you don't like that, go home now, clear the parking lot for the rest of us.
And it looks like we...
sorry, Dave, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
One of our drivers, Derek Conley, who is not in competition tonight. We miss you, pal. We wish you were out there. Per the OP rule book, you cannot make a pass with 50% of the car below the yellow line. So, he's,
but
confirming from one of the drivers here. So.
Yeah, that's the rule. But he wasn't making a pass.
He wasn't making a pass.
I mean, technically, he wasn't making a pass. So. I think we've just opened a gray area that is now going to get definitely black and white in the rule books. There's no longer going to be that gray area. It's going to be period. But, yeah, glad we could help you out with the rule book, guys. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Derek, congratulations, by the way. Enjoy your honeymoon, man. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, well, I mean, I do know racing's life sometimes, man, whether it's real life or sim racing. But either way, congratulations, man. Wish you the best. Enjoy your honeymoon.
Yes, enjoy your honeymoon. Congratulations to you guys again. Very happy for you. Have a few Mai Tais for me. It's my birthday, so I mean, you can do that, right? I can have somebody celebrate for me, right, Dave?
Yeah.
Their honeymoon.
Yeah, why not? Double celebrate. Why not? Looks like we do have confirmation from Race Control. The 8 of Cody Ober pulls off the stage win. So I tell you what, let's see if I can't pull Cody, get a quick word here as the drivers get the 1 to go. Let's see if we can't get in a quick word with our stage 1 winner, driver of the 8 machine, Cody Ober's. Dave in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, Dave?
Pretty good, man. I know we're 1 to go, so I won't keep you very long. Pretty crazy finish there to stage 1, huh?
Oh my gosh, I didn't think I was gonna be able to pull that one out, but man, that was crazy. I think they said we were 4 wide at the line.
Yes, you were.
Yeah, that's it's kind of crazy to do on 08, but all those drivers up there, I completely trust them.
Well, man, heck of a job, heck of a show so far. Congratulations on the stage win, grabbing some bonus points out there before you get ready to go back green flag racing. You want to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
I want to thank all my teammates for sticking with me for that for the strategy going in early. Thank you guys for broadcasting, and thank all the fans that are watching the race.
All right, man. Well, good luck. Elbows up.
All right, thank you, sir.
And there you have it, driver of that number 8, Cody Ober, your stage number 1 winner, as the field makes their way off of turn 4 back to the triover. War set to go back. Green flag racing once again. Pace truck down and away. Green flag in the air. Once again here at Daytona International Speedway. Logan Hilton nails the gas and gets that inside lane off and running. Cody Ober right there, your stage 1 winner. Third car inside lane. Big move by Duvendak, dropping from the top down there to be the 4th car inside lane. Outside lane starting to suffer just a little bit and fade back to the back. Looks like Hunter Reynolds going the wrong way.
Yeah, he's definitely not happy with that right now, but he's got Dave Hunt back there in that 53, so and my Hoosier Racing Tire purple, 35 of Doug Rice back there. If these guys could get a little organized, maybe get Les Levy in this fight, these guys could get caught back up here and make a run to maybe get some guys some bonus points for leading laps here.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a few drivers starting to line up in that outside lane, and it looks like we've got 3 now, make it 6 cars. If they can just get all lined up right there. There you see the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds and his Under Armour Ford Mustang right there. He's that 5th car in that outside lane. Then you got a pretty big gap back to his Help, and it looks like Help's not going to get there anytime soon, but Alex Green and Ernie Williams now jumping to that outside lane as the front runners here. They're side by side. No real clear-cut a winner or leader, should I say, as we make our way back off of turn number 4, back through the trioval to cross the line to begin lap number 33 out of the 100 scheduled here tonight.
Yeah, you know something I noticed, Dave, with this 08 Legacy Daytona here, these guys obviously have to keep tabs on their engine temperature being in the draft, but it is not as easy to do it here as it is at Talladega or Daytona, because the corner is so bumpy. If you're going to do it, you have to step out of line to get some air on the nose of that car to cool that engine down. So watching these guys try to hold their lines in the corner, you can't step out in the corner to cool that engine down. You're just going to have to wait till the straightaway.
Yeah, and it looks like we've got drivers on pit road. Travis Elliott, as well as Aspen Belvin, Chase Berry. All 3 of those drivers coming to pit road that time by. Hunter Reynolds, Logan Hilton continue to lead the field. And just to add to what you were saying, Dan, I mean, these drivers, it's tough enough to get air to these cars with the bumps in the corners. But then, you know, you having to offset and get air to the front end of the nose, that shortens up the track, the width of the track as well. So it makes it even more treacherous to try to get the air on the nose of the car. And I think that's why we see some of these drivers electing to leave about a half a car or so between their bumper and the guy in front of them.
Yeah, I would absolutely agree with that 100%. There's not a lot of margin for error as Doug Rice makes a huge dive to the inside, coming up in front of the 10 of Robert Duvendak.
Yeah, big moves being made right here in stage number 2. Working lap 34. This stage will come to an end at the completion of lap number 50. And I tell you what, Dan, we haven't done it yet. Oh, big move there by Cody Ober. Oh, my goodness. Looked like that was a little bit of trouble, but saved. We see another save here tonight at Daytona International Speedway. So these drivers got their hands full, but they're wheelmen enough to keep it heading straight. But as I was saying, let's lead into our Turn It Up, because, I mean, why not? Everybody loves it. I love it. You love it. We haven't done it. So, yeah, let's go down trackside for a little bit of Turn It Up. What do you say?
I love it. Let's go.
Man, oh man, tell you what, love it when we get to go down trackside for some sights and sounds here on the Turn 3 Racing Network with a little bit of our Turn It Up. If you like any of the camera shots, angles, car angles that you've seen here tonight or any other night here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, well, scroll on down through the description. You'll find the link. Go on over there, check out some of the great camera work done by Esteban. And if you want you some cameras, head on over there. He'll hook you on up. Tell him we sent you. I'm not saying you're going to get a better deal, but you can still tell him we sent you.
He would appreciate to know that his work is out there. That's for sure.
Absolutely. Great job out here tonight by all of these drivers, still side by side racing up there at the front. And we've got the 62 and the 63 out here leading these two lines. The Deathmobile by Les Levy leading that outside lane. Only 5 cars in that outside lane, and they're able to keep up with a much larger inside lane.
Yeah, definitely land some rubber down on that outside groove there. So Les Levy was scored a couple laps ago that he actually led a lap there. So maybe we're seeing something on the outside lane trying to start to develop later on in this race.
Yeah, and I mean, some rubber's being put down, and with the track temperature being, it was somewhere around the 103 degrees when we started. Not quite sure where it's at now. Matter of fact, while we're talking about it, so we're not speculating, I tell you what, let's throw it up there on screen for all the fans at home. There you see it right now. And track temperature actually dropping about 10 degrees. So not sure that track's really getting slicked over. So I believe some of the handling issues that we're seeing just is this old bumpy surface.
Yeah, absolutely. If you take a look at the rear spoiler deck there on these cars, it's bumping up and down. So these guys are definitely loose in the rear end, and the less fuel weight you have in the back of this car, the more likely that those rear tires are to break loose and have that thing step around on you.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see these drivers getting a little looser and looser as this run continues. And I think we're going to see a lot more drivers pushing the envelope here at the end of towards the end of stage number 2 here to try to make it on fuel. Keep in mind, it's really hard for these drivers to stretch that initial stage number 1 at 25 laps. Stage number two, yes, another 25 laps, but a few of those laps are actually under caution, Dan. So you kind of gain some fuel mileage, if you will, and it looks like some of these guys out here willing to risk it right now towards the end of stage number 2.
Yeah, definitely. The in-between space between stage 1 and stage 2 is technically the shortest lap cycle that you can run in one of these races. So these guys in the back that are kind of pedaling these, I say in the back, but behind the guy out front, are definitely saving a little fuel. I don't know if they're saving, a half a lap or a full lap. It's definitely not multiple laps, but when it comes down to the end of this stage, we'll just have to see where guys are going to ultimately have to pit, or if anybody can make it to the end of the stage on fuel.
Yeah, and it looks like we've had 4 drivers go to pit road that time by Hunter Reynolds, Josh Milam, Will Weber, Ernie Williams, all onto pit road that time by Travis Elliott, Chase Berry, Aspen Belvin, Dustin Barber, Rob Connors, Randall Cobb, David Overstreet. They've all been to pit road as well. So a few of these drivers, like I said, willing to risk it and willing to gamble right now, as we've got more drivers to pit road this time by. And we don't have very many laps left here, so surprising to see these drivers making this late of a pit stop here in stage number 2.
Yeah, all those guys were basically on the very top end of where they could be. Maybe not wanting to risk it, maybe just wanting to try to catch a pit cycle. I would imagine these other guys up front are gonna have to pit as well. I'm showing them on about 17, 18, working lap 18 on their fuel. So I would imagine they're probably gonna have to pit. Maybe not the guys in the draft. Yes, here they come.
Yeah, and here the most of the front of the field all come to pit road. Looks like your top 4 are going to stay out. And, contact there coming onto pit road. Few drivers with some mishaps. That's not how you want to get that job done. But right now, these four that stayed out, Robert Duvendak, Rick Seabrans, James Mayer, and Anthony English, all of these drivers last on to pit road, lap 27. Anthony English on pit road, lap 28. So pushing close to that 20-lap mark on the fuel and tires, and I am just not sure that these guys are going to be able to stretch it to the end of this stage. I know they're all teammates, and I know they can all work with each other on saving fuel, but I'm just not sure they can save that much fuel.
I don't think they can either. You know, we saw last week at Daytona that I kind of misspoke and assumed that guys were a few laps ahead of their pit cycle, and you had corrected me that you're not going to save 10 laps of fuel. It's just not going to happen. So you could save half a lap, a full lap, lap and a half, depending on how many cautions you have, how long you stay in the draft, and things like that. But you're definitely not going to save multiple laps, more than a lap and a half, 2 laps. You're not going to save that much.
Yeah, it's extremely hard to save fuel at a restrictor plate track. Even when you are in the draft and you can go half throttle, you're still burning a ton of gas, and you just can't make up that much fuel. You might be able to gain maybe 2 laps, but unless you're literally half throttle your entire fuel run, you're not going to be able to make up much more than that 2 laps. So fuel mileage definitely going to come into play a little bit later in the race, and we see it coming into play right now. Your top 4 on the speed charts as they run right now. Robert Duvendak, Rick Seabrans, James Mayer, Anthony English, all staying out on track, electing not to pit yet here in stage number 2. And Dan, they've got about a 31-second gap back to Hunter Reynolds.
Yeah, it seems like a long time, but it's not. That is unfortunately, if they do have to pit, not enough time for them to get down pit road and get off and get back up to speed before that pack 30 seconds behind finally catches up to them. It takes about probably 45, 50 seconds for that cycle of getting to pit road and getting off and getting up to speed to actually happen, not including the pit stop itself.
Yeah, and it looks like up here at the front as we watch these leaders kind of change positions and drop a little bit off of pace, try to draft off of some of these guys trying to get a lap back. We've seen Rick Seabrans. He is well off the pace now, only running at about 165 miles an hour out there right now. So he's running about 30 miles an hour slower than the rest of the field, and he is going to try to stretch this thing all the way back around again. I am not sure it's gonna work, but he's got no choice but to try it now.
This is some crazy stuff, man. Like, I didn't think I would ever see this. This is nuts.
Yeah, here we go, man. James Mayer on the backstretch right now, trying to save fuel. He's got Anthony English right there, just about 0.4 of a second off of him. Robert Duvendak fading very fast now, only going about 130 miles an hour. Rick Seabrans right there mirroring his lap time and speed right now. And I'm not sure if Seabrans and Duvendak are going to get back to the line before they get past. But it looks like the gamble's going to pay off for this 95 of James Mayer. He's going to take the win here in stage number 2 as they cross the line, completing lap number 50. And I think they may be just about out of gas because they're only running right at about 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a brief second ago, we saw the 15 of Alex Green go around the leader, James Mayer, there. And that actually put him back on the lead lap, Dave. So good move by Alex there in the 15 machine to get himself back in position to make a run.
Yeah, Alex noticing the situation and knowing that I'm right here. I know he's just about out of gas. He's going to let out as soon as he crosses the line because the caution flag is going to be coming if I can get myself back in front of him before that caution flag flies, buddy, I'm back on the lead lap. I don't have to take the lucky dog. I don't have to take a wave around. I'm right back in the game. So very smart, very heads-up move there by the 15 of Alex Green. And, man, I'm surprised that your top four, Mayer, English, Duveneck, and Seabrands, I'm surprised they even got enough to get back around to come to pit road.
They do, and here they come. They had 23 laps on that stint. The only one that didn't have 23 laps was Anthony English. So, great call by them and their crew down there to get track position there and make that call. I mean, what would you do in that situation, Dave? To where you think you have enough fuel, but if you don't, where do you try to cycle in to get yourself to just coast to the line?
If I'm ever on the fence like that I don't know, I think maybe possibly, and I decide to go for it, then it just, I don't really care where I cycle back in, or you know what I mean. It's one of them deals that, look, I just gotta make it. I gotta make it happen. This is the bet I laid. It's time for me to, you know what I mean. You gotta take your medicine with it.
Yep.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, kind of a give and take type thing. Is I have the potential to finish 35th, or I could win this thing. I mean, you just got to make a choice.
That you do, and it looks like most of the field going to come to pit road this time by, I believe, James Mayer, Robert Duveneck, Rick Seabrands. They may elect to stay out. No, looks like most of them going to come to pit road as well. They'll probably incur a penalty for pitting a little too soon, as they were just about out of fuel. But nonetheless, your stage number 2 winner, James Mayer. And I tell you what, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break. We'll see if we can't get back here trackside, get in a few words with your stage number 2 winner, the 95 of James Mayer. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
Growing up as a kid in Oklahoma, where I'm from, the Chili Bowl is the biggest race that we have. The Chili Bowl has kind of been my favorite race of the year. Growing up a dirt racer in Oklahoma, that's kind of the holy grail.
Back track side once again here at Daytona International Speedway. And I tell you what, let's see if we can't get in a quick word or two. I know we're one to go, but let's see if we can't dial up our stage number 2 winner real quick. The driver of that 95, James Mayer's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Hey, bud, I'll make it short and sweet. Congratulations on your stage win. Got to go out there and grab the stage points. How good you feel about the car and your chances to walk away in victory lane?
The car feels good. Huge stage win. In desperate need of some big point races here, and more importantly, a win. but a team win there. Huge shout out to the crew chief on the fuel mileage. So good feeling going forward here. Good feeling going towards the end with this team behind me. So.
All right, my man. Well, we'll let you get focused in and ready to go. Congratulations on your stage win. You want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous?
Thank you guys up there in the booth. Thanks to the team giving me that stage win.
All right, there you have it. Words from your stage number 2 winner, James Mayer. Looks like the field's ready to get fired off once again. Logan Hilton nails the loud pedal and green flag flies. Here once again at Daytona International Speedway, inside lane off to a great start. Big push out of the 8 of Cody Ober on the back of the 63 of Hilton. The 21 of Holloway right there on the inside lane as Ober jumps to the outside just in front of the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Here comes Travis Elliott. Dave Hunt right there lined up as well on the outside lane as it starts to storm to the front.
Yeah, made a big, huge push there from Hunter Reynolds on Cody Ober.
And Ober's going to use that push and dive right to the bottom, take the lead back, and he's going to continue to put some laps led in his back pocket. Remember and keep in mind, Ober went to, I want to say went to victory lane, but walked away with some big stage points, walking away with the win in stage number 1 here tonight. And he looks to continue that trend as he continues to lead that inside lane.
Yeah, he's only three points behind Duvendak, who's the point leader right now. So definitely getting those bonus points right now is going to help his chances to be up there. And not only with his race win, he's obviously locked in, but he'll be locked in with points as well. So good on him for keeping the car up front there and up on the wheel of that thing.
Yeah, and it looks like most of the drivers staying up on the wheel right now. A few of them looks like they got their hands full as they head off of turn number 4. But right now, Dan, it looks like your top 15 all right there, right at the 1 second mark of each other. And your top 23 all within 2 seconds of your race leader. So pretty much this entire field all still stacked up here.
Yeah, they're going to get stacked up pretty regularly here, especially when pit stop starts to cycle in. According to my calculations, as Hunter Reynolds takes a dive to the bottom there in front of the Logan Hilton to take over the race lead, you're on a just short of a 1 pit stop run to the checkered flag here. So depending on the cautions, we may see 2 sets of pit stops here.
Yeah, we very well could see 2 sets of pit stops with the chances of having 3 attempts at a green-white checkered. I'm pitting 2 times. There's no way possible I'm going to attempt to stretch it enough to do it on a 1-stopper. It's a vague, distant chance that you could make it happen if we go green flag this entire final stage. But you're asking and hoping for an awful lot just to have that many green flag laps at a super speedway track is pretty phenomenal. Not saying these drivers can't do it. They've done it many times before. But I don't know if I'm going to bank that much on the fuel mileage. So I'm more than likely, I'm going to pit here. I'm probably about 20 laps on the fuel and tires. And that should carry me over from lap 80 into lap 100 pretty easy. Should have some pretty good grip and have plenty of gas should we get a green-white checkered.
Yeah, well, let me ask you this. If you have a caution early, do you come in or do you stay out and get points?
If the caution is before lap 70, I stay out. I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
That's actually what I was thinking. So if you were staying out, you stay out, you get your race win, because history has shown we've had a big one within 10 laps or so of the end of the race. So then you have a second opportunity to get another pit stop in there under yellow flag conditions, and then you're good on fuel.
Yeah, but see, if a tornado comes and rips the track up, then what do we do? I mean, we haven't planned for that yet. You got to plan for everything here at Daytona, I'm telling you.
That's true. I'm not so sure about tornadoes, but hurricanes maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean, there has been tornadoes after hurricanes in Florida.
That's true.
This has happened. Just saying.
There's
Just
always
saying.
a chance.
There is that chance.
That's why we're not weathermen, that's for sure.
I barely keep my day job. Just saying. Hunter Reynolds, the 26, continues to lead that inside lane. Logan Hilton right there lined up on his back bumper. Cody Ober still third car inside lane. That outside lane just kind of isn't going anywhere right now, being led by the 51 of Travis Elliott. He's got Dave Hunt right behind him. And I don't know, man. It's just that outside lane just isn't really going anywhere. The 5 of Chase Berry, he helps the fight on that outside lane right now. But I don't know. It just looks like those 3-4 cars as Les Levy begins to join the fight up there with them. Just the momentum and energy just doesn't seem to be there.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny how that you know, for a 20-lap cycle, it seems like they've got everything together, and then at the start of this final stage here, it kind of falls off. It's kind of weird. I'm not really quite sure what to make of that, but I can make this. We are listening to see a 51 WeMac machine of Travis Elliott up front at the end of these races, Dave.
Yeah, and we've seen him up here the past few weeks towards the end of the races here in the final stage. We've seen that 51 WeMac Ford Mustang of Travis Elliott up here actually leading that outside lane. It's funny that you say it because each time we've mentioned him, he's been right there leading that outside lane.
Yeah, absolutely. He's done it a couple times with Mark Vega there. He's pushed Vega to the front and things like that. And I had picked a driver for this race win. I'm not going to say who it is due to the announcer's curse, but he's up there. He's up there in the top 6 right now. So I'm curious to see if that outside lane can get their things in order here and make a charge.
You realize you gave in to the broadcaster's curse. You gave in to it, you paid homage to it, and then you turned around and you spit in its face by saying, but they're in the top 6, so you have just ruined all 6 of those drivers' nights.
No, I didn't, because I didn't say anyone's name.
I'm telling you.
That's the key. That's the key.
Don't play with the fire, son. Don't play with the fire.
I'm a pyro, so it's okay. It's fine.
Oh, you're going up in flames, I'm telling you.
You've proven me wrong during this season, Dave, and I hope you're wrong, but you'll probably laugh if you're right.
Well, I mean, these drivers proved me wrong here tonight. I said, you don't really see fuel mileage racing too much early in the race, and then what do we have there? And at the end of stage number 2, or for the win in stage 2, a fuel mileage strategy.
Right.
So I mean, don't look at me like I know what I'm talking about.
I think these guys have a secret, bug or microphone or something underneath our socially distanced desks here in the booth, and they're like, "Hey guys, let's just see if we can make these announcers look as dumb as possible tonight. What do you say?" And everybody says, "Aye," and there we go.
Well, they don't have to try very hard to do that. I'm just saying. Not looking like they're having to try very hard to keep this thing green flag racing right now. Looks like the inside lane still being led by that 8 of Cody Ober. He's being followed by Hunter Reynolds, Logan Hilton right there. Daniel Holloway also in the mix. The 53 of Dave Hunt has left the top and dropped to the bottom. And just like that, what do you know? Batman coming on the scene. He's got the Batmobile right there running in that 8th spot.
Yeah, we have. He always just seems to come out of the dark there somewhere. Every single race, he kind of disappears, sulks into the darkness, and then next thing you know, as soon as the bat signal comes out, here he is.
I was gonna say, if you fit a Dark Knight Rises into that somehow, I'm done. I'm just saying. Just saying. Big move by Elliott there, Dan. Elliott going to the outside. Looks like the outside lane's starting to gain a little bit of ground now. Les Levy joined the back of Chase Berry. He's got David Booth lined up just behind him, and I believe that's Aspen Delvin at the tail end of this outside lane. And I think if I'm looking at timing and scoring correctly, I think these drivers are all on the lead lap, and this is all for position up here at the front.
I believe you are correct. I'm only showing 6 drivers that are actually minus laps right now. The 91 of Ernie Williams, the 00 of Rob Connors, the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds, the 52 of Randall Cobb, the 02 of David Overstreet, and I believe I saw Dustin Barber actually put his car on the trailer already. So unfortunately for him, he is finished for the remainder of this event. But yeah, 6 drivers on the 5 drivers only in negative laps here. So excellent driving by these guys, and I'm looking forward to the end of this one.
Yeah, and we're starting to close in on what should be the fuel window here in the next, I would say, about 7 to 8 laps. We should start seeing these drivers begin to try to get their fuel strategy, their pit strategy underway. Looks like we've got a few drivers jockeying around a little bit. 3 wide now at the front of the field. Logan Helton stuck in the middle. Travis Elliott looks to his outside. They're going to correct that as the kid takes over the lead of that outside lane. Maybe a little bit of a temperature strategy there. Water temp, oil temp may have been getting a little bit too high there for that 63 of Logan Helton. A little bit of a switcheroo to the outside lane. No harm, no foul. They continue to try to chase down the leader, the 8 of Cody Ober.
Yeah, you definitely know that the kid Logan Helton there is definitely keeping an eye on his temperature and his gauges this week. We saw him blow up that car early last week. He still salvaged, I believe it was a 3rd place podium finish last week. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's got definitely one eye on them gauges. And just to give you the prowess of that kid, he actually came up on the track and was not clear from Travis Elliott and gave Travis Elliott the lane. And then finally a window opened up as Daniel Holloway steps out of line here in that 21 machine, just jumps in front of the kid.
Yeah, and the field now works their way down the backstretch, and it looks like everybody leaving the high lane. Looks like the kid hung out the dry out there right now, all alone on the outside. He's now going to drop down to the bottom just in front of Travis Elliott. And it looks like what we were just alluding to moments ago is going to start happening here in the next handful of laps as we come around to begin lap 71 out of the 100 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Race number 9 here at Legacy Daytona for the OP Racing Superspeedway Cup Series, presented to you by 4X Graphics. Cody Ober, I believe he's knocking on the door of having that most laps led in the book. Still right at about 30 laps to go here. But Dan, these drivers closing in on that fuel window, so things are going to get a little bit dicey coming to pit road.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy with these guys. In my mind, if I was in the seat of one of these race cars right now, I would let a lot of these guys make a dive to pit road, kind of shake things up a little bit, and just stay out one more lap if I could make it on fuel. That way, I know I can get to pit road safely. And then you're one lap ahead of those guys that came to pit road, and try to. It's not easy getting one of these cars down on that apron from a 31-degree bank in the corner here. So that's what I would do if I was in their place.
Yeah, and it looks like that time by most of Fuel Sim Racing onto pit road. Reynolds, Milam, Weber all onto pit road that time by. There was a little bit of a gap from Hunter Reynolds back to Josh Milam, so we're going to have to see how that all plays out when they rejoin the track. If they can rejoin the track right there with each other, or if there's a little bit of a gap. And it now looks like Mark Mann on the pit road, and he's going to come to pit road all alone. So a lonely drive down pit road for Batman. My goodness, he's going to have to kick the thrusters on that Batmobile because a solo pit stop is not something you want.
No, you definitely don't want to be out there rolling around laps on this track by yourself. You get swallowed up pretty quickly.
As we see the 17 I believe that is the 17 going one lap down there. You see him down on the apron, staying out of the way as the lead pack make their way around turn number 3 now, coming off of turn 4. Who's going to hit pit road? Ober. Looks like about 10 to 12 drivers all onto pit road, and they're scattering coming to pit lane. Great job. All the drivers fitting right there. A little bit of 3 wide action coming to pit road for Doug Rice. But man, that was a great job by all of those drivers.
Yeah, that was insane. If you notice those 2 yellow cones at the end of entrance to pit road there, you have to be in between those cones and at pit road speed when you cross that line, or you will get black flag. Those cones represent the commitment line that you're going basically to pit road that extends out to the exit of turn 4. So I found that out in a race over the weekend. As the rest of the field hits pit road here, including the 95 James Meyer, the 53 of Dan Hunt, the 77 of David Booth, the 10 of Robert Duvendak, the 4 of Rick Seabrans, the 40 of Anthony English. All the guys on pit road as James Meyer goes sailing through the grass for a second time tonight.
Yeah, Mayer out there. I guess he took some stage points. Now he wants to take away a little bit of money for cutting some grass out there in the infield. Nonetheless, that may give this race lead when it's all said and done. Here's that FSR pack. Josh Milam being pushed by Hunter Reynolds. They may end up inheriting this race lead as the rest of the field begins to slowly make their way off of pit road.
Yeah, they're definitely going to inherit the race lead here. Just not enough time for those guys to get up to speed, and we'll see the 7 of Josh Milam, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds, and the 24 of Will Weber in the top 3 here just shortly.
And just not able to get off of pit road in time and get out there and maybe get in front and disrupt that run by those 3 FSR teammates up there at the front. Milam, Reynolds, Weber all out there continuing to lead the race. And right now it looks like the kid Logan Helton, how did he get that far ahead of everyone? He has had a great pit stop. He came to pit road back on lap 74, so he was on and off pit road very, very well, surprisingly all alone. But he is going to be a sitting duck here in the next lap or 2, or probably less than a lap.
Right about now.
Yeah, he's gonna. Yeah, let's change that to the right about now, as that FSR freight train rolls by on the outside lane. Now that is a 5-car train. Helton should be able to latch on to the tail end here and make this a 6-car pack up here at the front of the field for your race lead.
Yeah, the secondary pack here, Dave. Not sure who's leading it right now. Looks like Mark Mann's out in front of it with Chase Berry just behind him in tow. If they can get their stuff together, they can actually catch this pack and put themselves in pretty good position once we hit the next cycle of pit stops. We still have 23 laps, so your top 3 have 5 laps on their pit cycle already. So they're going to be short on fuel, and then maybe if it goes green flag, these guys can make a run on fuel, but I doubt it.
Well, I'll tell you this much right now, with these drivers up at the front of the field battling side by side, 3 rows deep, that has allowed that group back there being led by Mark Mann to gain about a half a second that last lap. So if they continue to mix it up for the race lead up here at the front between the 6 of them, that second pack is going to be there within about 2 to 3 laps. So I don't know about the strategy call here. I think I might be on the radio to the crew chief and the spotter saying, "Look, tell these guys, get in line. Let's race it out when we got 3 to go, not when there's 23 to go."
Yeah, absolutely. We look back there at that second pack. All those guys are single file, with these lead pack being 2 wide, 2 rows deep at the front, and they have caught them. They're already there within 3/4 of a lap. They're almost to the rear square.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, toss that idea out, tell the spotter to turn around and just shut up, because that group is here Mark Manisbrod, Chase Berry, Travis Elliott, Dan Harrington, Aspen Belvin, Robert Duvendak, Rick Sebrands. The list goes on for about another 4 or 5 drivers. So your top 16, all within about a second and a half of the race leader right now. Then we've got a small little group back running 18th, 19th, 20th. Alex Green, David Booth, Anthony English, Sean McCarrick are your final 4 drivers on the lead lap. But this lead pack, man, I'm telling you, most of these drivers are going to have enough fuel to make it to the end. Some of them are very close, and some of them absolutely cannot.
Well, at the end of stage 2 there, 23 laps was the longest stint by Duvendak and a couple other drivers, and they were pedaling just to make it there. So your pit window on max on fuel is around 20 to 21 laps. Most of the guys have been pitting around lap 17 or 18 on their pit cycle. So with 20 to go here, a lot of these guys are not gonna chance it. And we're gonna see green flag pit stops hopefully one more time.
Yeah, it's looking like, by my calculations, it looks like even I'm going to use the kid Logan Hilton as he's was on pit road on lap 74. Aspen Belvin, Robert Duvendak, Rick Sebrands, most of those drivers a little further back in this pack, also on the pit road on lap 74. They can only make it to about lap 96 or 97, so they're 3 to 4 laps short. How long do you really wait this thing out? Do you wait it out for a caution? Do you just wait it out and hope the big one happens? Or do you gamble that it's not going to happen and we're going to stay green flag to the end and go ahead and get your help? Go ahead and hit pit road now because you know you can make it to the end with a splash.
Yeah, if you can get 5-6 laps of fuel out of a splash on pit road here, you come down around lap 15 to go or so, around lap what would that be, 75? No, 85. I'm the math whiz today. You come down about lap 85, 86, and that way you know on a splash you've got enough to get there. And in the scientific term, you know, the lighter the car is, the faster it goes. So the less fuel you can take, not necessarily a full fill up, but just like you said, just a splash that's going to leave you light on fuel load. Your car will be faster. And I'm sure a lot of these guys are thinking about that right now. But, you know, something happened right now, you definitely have to come to pit road and take a full load of fuel just for the fact that there's still 17 laps to go. And that's the beginning of your pit window.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what some of the Alliance Motorsports drivers doing. Mark Mann, Rick Sebrands, Robert Duvendak, all on to pit road. That time by, I'll take a look at the stopwatch, see how long they're stopped in their pit box, and it looks like Duvendak there for 6 seconds. Right about 6 seconds for all 3 of those drivers. So just about maybe a half a can, maybe 1 can at the most. And those Alliance Motorsports drivers down and away and going to rejoin the track. They'll be pretty far off the pace, way back in around 19th or so, as we've got more drivers hitting pit road. Cody Ober, Daniel Holloway, Dan Harrington, Doug Rice, all to pit road this time by as we continue to watch the 24 of Will Weber lead this field. He's got the 7 of Josh Milam in tow. Hunter Reynolds, Logan Helton, Chase Berry, Travis Elliott, Aspen Belvin, Dave Hunt, Sean Stevens, and David Booth round out your top 10, 11 drivers yet to hit pit road. Alex Green is that last driver to hit pit road, or in the pack that hasn't hit pit road.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounded way more confusing in my head.
Most of the stuff does to you, Dave. As your leaders come to pit road, Will Weber.
Whoa.
Chase Berry getting a little squirrely. Oh, man.
Oh, they're still... How did they not die? 3 wide again on pit road. My goodness. 3 wide twice on the pit road here for...
Okay. Wow. I grabbed my desk, Dave. I was...
Yeah, them FSR boys, man, they just... Woo! They put on a show coming to pit road right there. I don't know how it didn't go any worse than what it did. Could have ended up pretty catastrophic, but it didn't, fortunately for them. But now look at this, Dave Hunt, the 53. He's just lonely out there, all alone. Nobody even remotely around him. He's got about an 8-second lead over David Booth. Alex Green yet to hit pit road as well. He's got about another second over Alex Green than he does David Booth. Still right around that 8-second lead, though. So Hunt in a pretty comfortable spot here.
Yeah, unfortunately, he will have to pit one more time. There's no probably about it. Everybody's a pit cycle ahead of him right now, so these guys just came to pit road. They definitely have enough fuel to make it to the end now. Dave Hunt does not.
And it looks like, looking through timing and scoring, Anthony English, Sean McCarrick, both of those drivers yet to hit pit road as well. So it looks like your top 5 stretching this fuel on out, hoping for a caution. And it looks like, I tell you what, let's jump back here as the kid, Logan Hilton, man. I tell you what, he is on fire on pit road because he is went to pit road, came back off with a gap. But now that gap is being eaten up by the teammates out of Alliance Motorsports. There you see them 3, that trio of drivers going around the kid without any problem, but he's going to latch on. Hunter Reynolds right there as well. Will Weber, Ernie Williams, Daniel Holloway, Travis Elliott, Chase Berry, still all right here with this lead pack as we cross the line that time by 14 laps to go. Your leader, Dave Hunt, well out in front of the group of drivers we're watching right now. He's about 30 seconds in front, but he still has to come to pit road.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to hit pit road. He's got about probably 4 or 5 more laps here. He can stay out there. The gap down to the small group of 3 cars behind him is down to about 4 seconds right now. So it's definitely getting shorter. It's about 6.5 seconds. About a lap and a half ago, so these guys are picking up about a second a lap. So they'll catch him about the time he comes to pit road, and I believe the 77 of David Booth will inherit the lead at that point, Dave. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, David Booth right there, actually right there on the heels now of actually, I apologize. He's still about 3 seconds off of Dave Hunt, but David Booth right there just in front of Alex Green. So Alex Green right there to inherit the lead when those two hit pit road. But Dan, we're getting close to the witching hour here. We're down to 12 laps to go. Just moments ago, about 2 laps ago, the 63 of Logan Helton got absolutely sideways coming off of turn number 2. Great job saving the car. And he slots back in here with this pack. And there you see Rick Sebrands goes for a ride. He goes down on the apron. He saves it. So nobody's safe out here. Not I don't want to take shots at the kid. This is his sophomore year, but it's catching all of the drivers out all across the spectrum. Some of the rookies and some of the well-known wily Hall of Fame veterans like Rick Sebrands. I mean, the cars are just stepping out.
Yeah, absolutely. Robert Duvendak comes out from off the nose of Ernie Williams, dropped down to that inside line to pick up Logan Helton there. I believe he did that because he knows Logan is one of the best pushers in the game at this point. You know, like you said, it's a sophomore year, but the kid's got enough talent in his finger to get into the Hall of Fame at some point in time.
Yeah, and if you watch what's going on right now on the track. This pack being led right now by Hunter Reynolds and Mark Mann. They're beginning to go around some of the lap traffic, or not lap traffic, some of the guys that haven't pitted yet. There you see Anthony English right there on the front of that inside lane. He has yet to hit pit road, and these drivers are going to pass him by. And there is no possible way without help from a caution that 40 of Anthony English makes it to the end. So we got a lot of drivers out here just hoping and wishing we get one of those late race cautions, as it now looks like Anthony English gonna fall to the wayside. Hunter Reynolds gonna make his way around. So your top 3 still hanging tough out there, still trying to stretch the fuel, and it looks like Alex Green has caught up to Dave Hunt. He's got James Mayer right there on his bumper pushing him. So I'm not sure who's trying to save fuel here. With 10 to go, it's hard to save fuel when you're being pushed.
Yeah, absolutely. If you are out front, you are burning the most fuel of any of these guys on the racetrack. So I imagine Dave Hunt right there was very happy to kind of just step back in behind somebody's rear deck lid and just kind of ride this thing out. He don't have a race win this year, Dave, so he might try it.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say it's worth the shot, but I really don't think it's worth the shot. I mean, these drivers, they hit pit road, Dan, at lap 73 for Alex Green, lap 74 for both Dave Hunt and David Booth. That's asking for upwards of 26 to 28 laps of fuel. Under green, no caution. You can't. You just can't. I mean, heck of a shot, heck of a job trying. They do have 18 seconds in their pocket to kind of play with, if you will, but still, I just don't see you being able to save that much fuel.
Yeah, definitely not. I'm not sure what kind of telemetry these drivers have at their fingertips, but that little intuition is usually the best thing. If you need to pit, then you need to pit. I mean, if you know that, as here we go.
Ooh, tough break there for the 15 of Alex Green. Contact coming to pit road. He slides, hits the inside wall, slides a little bit more, gets it gathered up, headed in the right direction, but here comes that lead pack. Oh, Anthony English loose, coming off of 4, and he hits pit road. That's going to leave the lead to the man at the bottom right there, Hunter Reynolds. He's got help from Mark Mann. Now to his outside, the 24 of Will Weber. Daniel Holloway in the 21 right there. Up the track goes the 21. The 10 of Robert Duvenack. There you see him, third car outside lane. Here comes the kid, Logan Helton, fourth car inside lane. So once again, at the end of the race, that 63 finds a way to sniff the front of the field, and we have got a heck of a race on our hands.
Absolutely. Mark Mann jumps to the outside lane in front of Will Weber there. It's great to see Mark up front in that Batmobile.
And right now, doing it almost, I don't want to say without any help, but look around. And Mark Mann, he doesn't have a teammate in sight. I mean, yeah, Rick Seabrands, he's back there, but he's back there. Robert Duvendak is back there, but once again, he's back there. 2-3 cars back. That's not really too much help for your teammate. Yes, they're both helping their teammate's line, as both of them now drop down to the inside lane, so cross that off as well.
Yeah, at Daytona, Talladega, wherever you're at, these restrictor plate races, right there or back there could be right there in a matter of seconds. Somebody could get loose going in the corner, something like that, open up the middle lane, and the next thing you know, you got 4, 5, 6 cars freight training everybody on any point of the track. So I wouldn't count the 10 of Duvendak out or the 4 of Seabrans out just yet. Definitely not Logan Helton and running that third spot on the inside lane there. We got 5 to go, Dave.
Yeah, over there and back there can be right there in the blink of an eye. That is absolutely for sure. Have to agree with that point 100%. Oh, drivers coming up off of the apron, almost into the lead pack. I think they had a little bit of a moment. They were able to keep it all straight as Josh Milam now jumps the outside. He tries to lead the outside lane back to the stripe. Not going to be able to lead that lap. Lap being led by Hunter Reynolds once again down there on the inside lane. 4 laps to go. Still side by side for your top, I don't know, that looks like about your top 10. All still side by side being led by Hunter Reynolds, Logan Helton, Robert Duvenack, Mark Mann, Travis Elliott round out your top 5.
Yeah, Logan Helton dives to the outside in front of Josh Milam there. Tried to bring the 10 of Robert Duvendak with him. Logan Helton leads that outside lane with Hunter Reynolds holding strong on the inside.
And something a little different that I've been seeing here tonight, it looks like that switch not really working out for those drivers jumping from that second car inside lane out to that outside lane to come back and lead the field. But I've been noticing the drivers that have been jumping to that outside lane, they kind of fall back for a minute as the kid, cuts the nose off. Man, he dropped down there to that bottom lane.
Did he ever? Well, I don't think he had anything but an acorn in between the left rear quarter panel and the right front quarter panel of Hunter Reynolds there. That was a tight move.
Yeah, and then the 7 of Josh Milam, he's sideways coming off of turn 2 that last time by. So things getting wicked out there right now. 2, 3 wide for a moment. Les Levy out there hugging the outside wall. Big wiggle out of Duvendak. He's off the track, gonna try to rejoin as safe. Oh, contact! Barry gets into Will Weber, and caution. Flag flies. Here late at Daytona International Speedway, we're gonna have ourselves a green-white checkered.
Oh, man. Tough break for Will Weber there, man. This is like the 3rd week in a row for him, and he's got just something happening. You know, shout out to Chase there for saving that car. There wasn't a whole lot of anything Chase could do right there because Duvendak was trying to get back in line, as most guys do, and unfortunately Will Weber got caught up in that. Tough break for him.
Yeah, and I want to give a shout-out. Not quite sure who this was. Trying to wait and see. It looks like it may be the 82, possibly, coming in there hard on the brakes, man. I don't know how he didn't destroy Will Weber there at the end of that thing. But, man, a heck of a job getting on the binders right there. That was absolutely amazing. I'm not sure who it was. I believe it was the 82 of Daniel Harrington. Yes, it was right there on screen. Heck of a job by Harrington, man. It's not every day you get highlighted for something good under a caution. Usually it's the carnage that's highlighted, but, man, hats off, man, Dan. That was a heck of a job getting that thing woed up in as minimal contact as was made.
Yeah, absolutely. Good piece of driving by him. Definitely whatever pedals you're using there, buddy. Send them a tip, buy them some Starbucks tomorrow morning or something, because shout out to your brake man for sure, because he woed that thing up like crazy.
I'm going to go full-blown nerd on you right there. Those potentiometers are amazing.
Yeah, I bet so.
Well, we've set ourselves up for a pretty crazy finish here. Looks like all the drivers, or most of the drivers, would be good to go here for one attempt at a green-white checkered. We'll see who's willing to risk it all. Looks like most of the field thinks we're going to get this all in the first run here with our first attempt at a green-white checkered. So we'll have to wait and see how that all shakes out. As looks like Josh Milam's going to receive a wave around. And I tell you what, let's see. Why not? Let's see if we can't get a hold of our race leader, Hunter Reynolds. Let's see if, Dan, let's see if you can't dial up our leader, Hunter Reynolds.
Hunter Reynolds is Dave and Dano in the booth. You got a copy, pal?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. You're looking solid out front there. You got what it takes to throw that thing into victory lane this evening?
Man, I hope so. My heart is pounding.
All right, man. You got the kid behind you there. I think he's going to start out on your outside, but you got the 04 Mark Mann there behind you. What's your chances of just staying right where you're at and running this thing right across the line on the first podium position?
You know, I don't know. This thing could go either way. There's a lot of good drivers starting up here for this green-white checkered. Still haven't decided what, inside or bottom that I'm going to choose, but I'll make that choice here pretty quick, and we'll get on with it.
Okay, man. Well, good luck. We'll hopefully see you on the victory side of things.
I hope so. Yes, sir.
All right. You got anybody you want to thank on the side of that race car before we head to green?
Oh, yeah, my teammates, FSR, everybody watching, Turn 3, you guys at broadcast. This is Derek Conley. That's about it.
All right, buddy. Good luck to you.
All right, Dan. Well, there you go. Some comments from Hunter Reynolds, who will restart this race with the race lead. Gonna have to wait to see if he elects to go inside or outside as the 5 of Chase Berry. He brings it down to pit road. I think he looked at the gas and was like, Yeah, I don't think this is going to be the only one. He brings his car down. He's going to get at least a splash of gas just to ensure he can get another 2 green-white checkers out of that thing. Pace truck lights are off, so looks like Hunter Reynolds choosing the outside lane. Gonna put the kid Logan Helton to the inside just in front of Mark Mann, and that's gonna give Hunter Reynolds that 51 of Travis Elliott behind him. Not quite sure what the strategy right there is. Maybe there's a little bit of teamwork being played out with Vapid Racing and Fuel Sim Racing to try to keep maybe them Alliance Motorsports boys behind them.
Absolutely. That is exactly 100% what's going on right there. Those crew chiefs are talking to each other, and they're going to try to wool up that Alliance Motorsport momentum they've got going on, because them guys are leading the team standings right now.
And I mean, don't count out that 63 of Logan Helton. And I mean, I know Mark Mann would like to go to victory lane, but don't put it past him to just go ahead and stay in line and push that 63 to a win if it means still finishing right there in front of an FSR driver. Look for Mark Mann to probably do the best for the team. So here we go. Gonna be another crazy one here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series presented by 4X Graphics. Pace car down and away. Green flag flies once again here at Daytona International Speedway. Logan Helton, he gets off to a great start side by side for the top 10, 15 positions now on track. Green, white, checkered underway here at Daytona International Speedway.
Logan Helton has one of the best restarts in this series. He's had 3 amazing restarts, actually 4 right in a row, where it's just as soon as he steps on the gas, that 63 machine jumps out right in front, car length and a half of everybody else.
Yeah, and even though he wasn't the race leader, he got a great jump. The 04 of Mark Mann right there with him, and that has kept the kid right there battling with Hunter Reynolds to his outside. Looks like the inside lane starting to gain a little bit of ground now as the field works through the tri-oval. Gonna cross the stripe. Lap led. Gonna go to, I believe, the kid Logan Helton. Gonna lead that lap, I do believe.
I'm not sure that was too close for me to call there.
I don't know who led that lap, but it's all about who leads this lap. Final lap, white flag in the air. Field halfway down the backstretch, pretty calm. Nobody jumping 3 wide just yet. Turn 4 is gonna be absolutely nuts.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be crazy. These guys are looking for a hole, looking for a window, breath of fresh air. Cody Ober around.
Ober around, Doug Rice around. My goodness. A little bit of carnage and chaos through the rear of the field. Oh, we've got drivers flipping. Dave Hunt, I believe, is flipping down the track right now. Oh, my goodness.
I lost where I was at there. I believe Logan Helton won this race, Dave.
Yeah, Logan Helton crossing the line first. Hunter Reynolds right there. Mark Mann going to walk away in third, but a big calamity at the end. A little further through the field, there you see the contact between the 50, the 52, the 53 goes flipping. James Mayer caught up as well. A lot of cars involved here very late. 17 also wrapped up and involved in this one, but the kid, Logan Helton, doing the job, getting the deed done, walking away with yet another race win here in the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. So with that being said, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. back trackside here at Daytona International Speedway. Ninth race, Daytona Legacy in the books. Walking away with the third place finish here today is that 04 of Mark, man, getting the job done. Heck of a job out there tonight. Mark, it's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Ew, what's up, Dave?
Hey, my man, that's not your picture.
What picture is that?
I don't know, your profile picture. That's not you. He's got no Batman suit on. That's not
Oh.
you.
Look on my car, you'll see it.
Well, my man, podium finish for you tonight. You were knocking on the door of the race win. How you feeling walking away with the third place?
A lot better than the rest of this season. I've had probably the worst start to any season in any series of my racing career. So to get a podium tonight was definitely a step in the right direction. Got into a little bit early on, so I was kind of worried if I could even hang with them. But you know what? My teammates always make the right calls, and very unselfish team I'm on, an alliance, and they got me the third, so I was happy about that.
Well, my man, we're closing in on just a little bit past the halfway point here in the regular season. We've had multiple different winners through the season. How much is the points on your mind, knowing that we're coming into an off week, and you kind of get to reset and reload when we head back to Talladega?
Yeah, I definitely have to recalibrate and think about the way I'm going to drive the rest of the season, because I'm so far behind in bonus points, and I didn't get good bonus points tonight. So, hey, it's going to be a win or done. And even with a win, I could potentially get kicked out. So, yeah, in the back of your hat, you got to race for the win and you got to race for bonus points, when sometimes it's not always the best strategy, especially if they get wrecking early in the front and stay wrecking.
Well, Batman, you weren't lying. You do got the bat suit on, man. I'm telling you what, I'm getting with the admins. We got to get you at least one more bonus point for the fire suit and the helmet, man. That is on point.
I love it. Yeah. Dan Harrington and Les Levy made my bat suit, so I got to thank the both of them.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations with a great podium finish here tonight, walking away with a third. Before we let you go, though, Mark, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that car?
Well, heck yeah, Turn 3 Racing Network, man. Thanks for broadcasting. You guys do an awesome job. OP, all the admins and sponsors for this race and for the season. And, of course, my team, Alliance Motorsports. I appreciate their help tonight and getting me up there to the front and giving me a chance at it. And congratulations to Logan on the win. And my friend and colleague, Mara Clark, for watching all the races, and all the fans and friends at home. Thank y'all. That 04 is going to be sending it the rest of the season, whether he crashes or not. I have no choice.
All right, man. Well, you enjoy the week off, and we'll catch up with you in Talladega.
Thanks, brother.
All right, there you have it. Some few final words from the driver finishing in the third position here tonight. That was the 04 of Mark, man. And I believe that our very own Postman has had a chance to go and finally catch up with the driver, finishing in second here today.
I have, Dave. I'm down here with lap leader and second place finisher Hunter Reynolds. Hunter, you're just about a wheel well short there, buddy, but you still got to be happy with a second place finish as far as points goes. You led a lot of laps out there today. Just couldn't come home with it. What was your thinking starting on the outside there?
Well, I thought I could get pushed out and then get on the bottom there and have a good shot to win. I think the top lane fell apart back there, but definitely kind of a disappointing second place. I'll still take it for the points though, but our Ford Mustang sure was fast tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. You look strong all race long. I really thought you had the chance to get that outside lane kind of organized there and make a push to the front. Especially for the race win, but you definitely look strong all night. Going into the off week, you just gonna kind of reload and reset. You've already got a race win, so you're just kind of focusing on points now, I assume.
Yeah, pretty much mainly. I mean, you get bonus points going into the chase if you win the points championship, so that's what we're going for. But we also need to get two teammates, Will and Ernie, a win. So make a game plan for that, and just a poor choice there at the end, but we'll get him next time.
Yeah, poor choices sometimes lead to good ones. So congratulations on your podium finish tonight, coming home in second. Hunter Reynolds, we'll see you at Talladega, pal. Anybody on the side of that race car you'd like to thank?
Yes, sir. All my teammates at FSR, Derek watching, everyone that supports us, Turn 3. You guys do a good job up in the broadcast booth, and of course, we like to thank everyone watching. Make sure you give the broadcast a thumbs up, and you'll have a good night.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Good drive tonight. We'll see you at Talladega.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Well, driver walking away with the second position here tonight. The driver of that 26, Hunter Reynolds, with some few final words before we get set to get to, well, I don't want to say the all important and the only one that matters, but, well, your race winner, the only driver to visit Victory Lane twice this season, that 63, the kid, Logan Hilton. How you doing, brother? You got to be feeling good.
I'm doing good, thank you. That was a crazy finish.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned it being a crazy finish. Walk us through those final few laps.
Well, before the caution came out, I thought I didn't really have a chance to get the win or get in front. But whenever the caution came out and I was in second, I thought I'd be on the high side, and I was like, "This is gonna really work." But then Hunter chose the outside, and then I looked who was behind me, and it was Mr. Mark. And I was like getting excited because I knew Mr. Mark was gonna either push me to the win or find a way around Hunter by pushing me clear. So, but yeah, it was those last few laps. It was just me trying to hold the bottom as good as I can and trying to stay still so Mark could push me as far as he could.
Now, Logan, I know you like to say stay pretty even-tempered, even emotioned, I guess. I'm not sure what the right terminology for it is. But you got to somewhat be patting yourself on the back. You got to somewhat be feeling riding high, so to speak. You're the only driver this season. We're on race number 9, the only driver to visit Victory Lane twice. You're putting yourself in another league, so to speak. Right now, you got a lot of points that you're going to be able to fall back on. Does this let you loosen up any going forward?
Well, first of all, I can't really pat myself on the back for this race because that was all Mr. Mark. I made sure to thank him as much as I could because if he wasn't the one pushing me, I wouldn't have won this race. So I really appreciate him doing that. And but with the second win, I think I can kind of relax a little bit more now because whenever I got my first win, I was still kind of points racing in a way because I knew that, especially last season, the only way to lock yourself in was to get 2 wins because so many different people were winning. So to be the first person to get 2 wins, it really it does make me a little bit excited, I guess you could say, about this season. But yeah, I'm definitely still like not gonna go absolutely crazy with points races. I obviously still want to finish all of them, but I'll definitely be maybe putting a little bit more risk into my moves.
Well, Logan, man, once again, it's been a pleasure watching you all season long. Great race out there for you tonight. Seems like no matter what week we're in or what track we're at, you always seem to find a way to sniff out the front at the end of these things. So once again, congratulations on being the only driver to visit Victory Lane twice so far this season. Congratulations on your win tonight. Before we let you go, though, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank any sponsors on the side of that car?
Yeah, just thanks my family and friends that watch the race. You guys for putting on the broadcast. Everybody at this league that lets us race every Monday night and all the other nights that they race. Thanks to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation for being on the car. LKH Graphics, RGC Media, East Bay Landscaping. My team at Checker Flag Motorsports, and I think that's it.
All right, my man. Well, you enjoy this one. Rest up and enjoy your week off, and we'll catch up with you when we head to Talladega.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Dan. Well, there you heard it from your race winner, the kid Logan Hilton. even in victory, still very, very humble. And that is a trait that you don't seem to find in a lot of, this one may get me in trouble, with some of our younger generation, some of our youth out there, not always so humble and willing to give the credit to other people so willingly.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely had a lot more to say than our interviewer there on week 2. So I'm glad he's got two race wins, and like you said, he's going to be a little bit more aggressive. He's got a week to kind of recoup here and kind of think about things. He is he mentioned the points getting locked in with 2 races. He's essentially locked in now. So congratulations to him, and I'm looking forward to seeing him up front the rest of the season.
Absolutely, and I can assure you that is where we're going to find the kid week in and week out up at the front, and it seems like, well, the bells are tolling, so you know what that means. It's time to wrap up the show here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We'll run down your unofficial race results here tonight in race number 9 at Daytona Legacy. The kid, Logan Helton, gonna go back to victory lane here tonight from Daytona International Speedway. Coming home in second, the 26th of Hunter Reynolds. Mark Mann gonna walk away in third. Travis Elliott comes home in fourth, rounding out your top 5, the 21 of Daniel Holloway. The 10 of Robert Duvendak slotting home in sixth, and in seventh, the 4 of Rick Seabrand. David Booth gonna bring home his 77 in the 8th spot. Sean Stevens will finish 9th, and rounding out your top 10 here tonight, the 15 of Alex Green.
Dave Hunt coming home in the 11th position in his 53 machine. Josh Milam, the number 7 in the 12th spot. 13th to 5 of Chase Berry. 14th to 8 of Cody Ober. 15th position, 24 of Will Weber. 16th position, the 35 of Doug Rice. Coming home in 17th to 50 of Sean McCarrick. 18th position, the 95 of James Meyer. Anthony English bringing up the 19th position in his 40 machine. And rounding out your top 20, the 82 of Dan Harrington.
Aspen Belvin gonna walk away from Daytona International Speedway tonight in the 21st position. Ernie Williams in 22nd, 23rd goes to the 39 of Jamie Jessup. Randall Cobb gonna slot home in 21st. 25th will go to the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. Les Levy walking away with 26th, 27th. Rob Connors, 28th. David Overstreet. Dustin Barber with some trouble very early here in tonight's race. The 6th gonna go home in the 29th, and Robert Payne in the 3, unable to get the car fired up into the starting grid here tonight. He's gonna walk away in the 30th and final finishing spot here tonight from Daytona International Speedway. And it's been another great one in the books, Dan. Another great one from the old bumpy Daytona. Once again, my man, congratulations on living another year. I don't know if that's a good thing or not at this point in time. 2020 is awfully crazy, but if we get to 2021, I'm sure everything's going to be all right. But once again, man, happy birthday. Thanks for coming up here in the booth and celebrating, spending some time with me tonight. And, yeah, enjoy your week off, and we'll catch up with you here in about 2 weeks. And just like all you race fans out there, if you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And with all that being said, stay safe, stay loved. We'll see you again. And until then, well, I guess you'll just have to tune in for some more racing action here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So, yeah, we'll catch you later.